What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Geeks and Gamers Daily. We're back at it again, Jay. We get our Wednesday off, hump day off, and then we're back at it for G&G Daily. It is almost 4th of July.
You want to know something? I just
4th, yeah.
I just saw something that I didn't even know. Like, I wish someone had told me. So apparently at Regal, if you go to their website, you can buy their popcorn buckets and they'll just ship them to you. So you don't have to actually go out of your way to get one if you really want one of their popcorn buckets. And look, they have some of the old ones on sale.
Yeah, isn't it so telling, some of the ones that are still like on sale and everything?
Freaking Transformers Bumblebee one. Holy crap, that's only $12. That's wild. And you want to know what else I saw on their site? If you go, like, I'll probably take a minute to go all the way back. They have a big Uber Eats sign, which means if you feel like you need Regal popcorn or candy from the movie theater, you can Uber Eats it to your house. I never knew that was a thing. I don't know anybody, I'm sure they're out there because they wouldn't offer it if they didn't, that just has a hankering for some Regal popcorn and they Uber eat it to your house. Like, I just never.
It seems
blows my mind here. That's a little strange, but hey, man, if it makes you happy, be happy.
Seems like an expensive proposition, to be honest. But Toothless is sold out, huh?
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. That's gone. But like, if you wanted this one, I wonder if AMC does the same thing. Like,
probably better than buying it on eBay for fucking
a lot of money. Oh, but yeah, here it is. Hold on. Here it is right here. Hold on. I was like, I saw that and I was like, never in my wildest dreams. You crave it, you get it. Uber Eats, Regal popcorn and more delivered right to your door. Like,
I don't know if popcorn is something I could ever imagine going out of my way to Uber Eats for.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, would you Uber Eats a Regal fountain drink at $12?
Yeah, it's like, I don't, when you look, because every once in a while you'll have something else. Hey, give me those pretzel bites or like whatever, right? But I don't know. I'd probably get it from somewhere else.
That's hey, man. I you know what? It just smells like America. That's all.
Get a hot dog. Get old Regal hot dog. When's the last time you had a hot dog at a theater?
Spend $75 on popcorn, drink, and a piece of candy just to Uber eat it to your house and pay the fees. And hopefully the guy gets it there on time and doesn't spill it all over the ground.
I'd walk across the street to 7-Eleven, get a couple hot dogs and some drinks. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is for me, at least.
Well, the reason why I found all this information, this knowledge, is because I was looking for the Jaws popcorn buckets. This is a lot of Jaws popcorn buckets going around, and like a lot of them look really cool. And it's like, I don't want to miss out. You know, I don't want to miss out. So I was like, I wonder, you know, if I have to go to AMC or Regal or wherever.
I've definitely seen some at the AMC I usually go to. Like one stacked in the back, you know, but I have no idea when they're going on sale or whatever.
The movie's coming out late August, so they're hyping me up, man. I got to give them credit, man. They're hyping me up. Did you see the popcorn bucket I threw in your freaking? Hold on, let me pull this thing up. This is like
the one for Jurassic World.
Yeah, like look at this thing. This is AMC, a little different. Let's see. Let me turn the volume up.
Get ready to enter an all-new era and secure your AMC Theaters Concessions collectibles starting July 2nd. Dig up this epic dinosaur footprint popcorn vessel and more exclusive artifacts when you get your tickets to see Jurassic World Rebirth.
Look at that freaking thing, dude.
It's kind of crazy because I don't believe that I have been to a theater in quite a long time where you would actually be able to share it on each other's like knees like that. You know what I mean? Because usually I got my own space, I got my own thing, I'm reclining back, all that stuff. You're gonna put it in the middle, maybe? I don't know.
They usually have a little tray for you. You know, some of them have like a little tray. It's like a giant Bigfoot footprint that you fill it with popcorn. I was like, holy crap, man. I wonder what that's going for.
I usually don't use the popcorn buckets that they give out, though.
Never do. You keep it in the wrapper. You take it home. You put it on display. Hey, this is a cool thing.
Bro, look
Whatever.
at where you paused it. Look at that dude about to eat that popcorn.
I'm just saying. They're getting very creative.
Get the new artifact.
Yeah.
New artifact.
Very creative. That's at AMC. So now it's like they're doing this whole thing now. It's like, well, if you watch them at Regal, you can get this one, like the little.
Well, they've been doing that for years.
Baby.
They've been doing that for years, right? All the different theaters have their own things, and some of them are cooler than others. Sometimes you'll go somewhere, it'll be fucking shit, but you look at the other place, like, wow, look at this fucking crazy thing.
What the? Well, now I know freaking AMC doing the same thing. There you go. You can go buy it here. This is $40. $40. You can get a shirt from a movie theater, some plushies, the cup. There's Ricky. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
They're gonna have those crypto. They gotta have a stuffed crypto on sale. If they don't for Superman, it's gonna be retarded.
I agree. Oh wait. There it is. The crypto man, what the heck? There's the crypto plushie topper set. There's a blankie. Fortress of Solitude mug.
Bro, the cryptos are gonna like be popular. The stuffed cryptos. I have a feeling.
Look how big that the cardboard cutout thing is.
That could be a midget. We don't know.
That's true.
Kid could be 2 years old.
Yeah, we haven't seen the popcorn bucket yet, but that's $30. Man of Steel plushie, set of 2.
Set of 2. There you go. It's gonna happen. Alex McCarthy, Super STRRK 3PO, Meta PC code RK Outposter Drunk 3PO. Thank you to our friend Alex McCarthy, as always. The smart review for 5. So Jurassic Park Rebirth was a plan. I think you mean plain, but okay film. The next film for me is Superman, which I still hope flops. Have a happy 4th of July weekend. You do anything fun for 4th of July, Jay?
Yeah, man. I went shopping, got all my hot dogs, got the hamburgers, got the cheddar cheese, got the charcoal, got everything, man. I got a giant pinwheel for the yard. Let that blow in the wind, and gonna shoot off some Walmart fireworks.
Bro, you gotta just go to one of the tents that's set up outside of random grocery stores and shopping mall complexes. Walmart sucks, bro.
I know. I just want like the sparkler fountains, man. They're nice. You just jump over them, and hope
you're gonna be jumping over sparkler fountains.
Yeah, I do it. It's a tradition. It means I'm gonna have good luck for the second half of the year.
Jesus. If you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I mean? Get some cakes. Get some freaking mortars. Get something good, And
I probably will watch Jaws. I don't know what it is. Every July 4th, I watch Jaws.
That's a big 4th of July one for you, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't you recently just watch it though?
No, I haven't. We waited. I'm waiting because I want to see it in the theater. So it's like we pushed it back. But you know what else is today? The 40th anniversary of Back to the Future is today.
Yeah.
How do you rank that as in your movies? That's almost like a perfect film. The first one.
Back to the Future is really freaking good, man.
Yeah.
It's funny enough. I think I watched the third movie more than any other movie in that trilogy. When I was growing up, for some reason, the Western one, that was like my favorite movie. I don't know why.
That was good too.
But yeah, the first one's obviously a classic and awesome. And I hope they never try to do anything else with the franchise, because that would suck.
You just got to leave it alone. Yeah, just leave it alone. If you've ever been to Universal Studios Hollywood, you could see the clock tower from the film on the little tour. Pretty awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Before we get into any of the topics, Jay,
Sure.
I got to do probably my favorite ad we've had yet, mostly because I actually got to eat while doing it, which was pretty amazing. So we're going to hold on for a minute while we hear from Magic Spoon. Growing up as a kid, one of the favorite parts of my day was right in the morning before school, eating a big bowl of my favorite cereal. Unfortunately, as an adult, I actually have to be aware that sometimes those favorite cereals are often packed with sugar and they don't have enough protein for my diet. Luckily, with Magic Spoon, I can relive some of those childhood memories of eating my favorite cereal all over again. Magic Spoon fits a variety of diets. It's high protein, no sugar, and great for carb-conscious lifestyles. Both the cereal and the treats are crispy, crunchy, and without the usual stickiness of a protein bar. And it's easy to just grab either the cereal or the treats and head out the door if you need some fuel. Every serving of Magic Spoon cereal is packed with 13 to 14 grams of protein, with 4 net carbs and 0 sugar. And depending on your diet and your lifestyle, that can make a big difference. Use my code Geeks and Gamers, that's Geeks, A-N-D, Gamers, or click the link in the description to try Magic Spoon cereal or treats today to get $5 off. You can also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee online. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link in the description and go to magicspoon.com/geeksandgamers or scan the QR code on the screen for $5 off. There you go. Not going to lie. Like some reads that come across, some are like, okay, that's fine. I didn't know if I was going to like this or not. I really like the fucking cereal, dude. I've been snacking on it. Shout out to Magic Spoon. And I decided for the ad read, that I should pour milk in it like a normal person instead of the way I typically do it, which is do it separately. Because I'm like, you know what? I want normal people to understand. So didn't do my way, but it stayed really crunchy. So that's my favorite one we've done so far. Just going to be honest.
That's cool.
Yeah, Magic Spoon.
I never get a product to try. That's pretty awesome.
All right. Callum says, "Hey Cuckman, you're fired." Yes, Neil Druckmann. Should we talk about that first, actually?
Can go right into it, huh?
Let's talk about that since he brought it up. Let's get right into this because we talked about the disaster that was The Last of Us Season 2. And to be honest, it was a very predictable disaster because they were basing it off a disaster of a game, right? The Last of Us 2, the video game, was a monumental failure, no question. And they decided that that's what they wanted to use to adapt the second season. Everybody said, hey, it's going to be a nightmare. Nobody wants this. Nobody likes this. And then you go and cast a potato like Bella Ramsey. Probably won't work out very well. And of course it didn't. The ratings crashed. The audience hated it. Now, apparently, it's all led up to this. Neil Druckmann exits HBO series ahead of season 3. Last of Us, shocker. And, according to Neil Druckmann, he just, needs to focus on the next Naughty Dog project. And that's why he's not going to be involved in any way, shape, or form. That's why he's not going to consult. That's why all this stuff had to happen. I'm going to be real, Jay. I don't buy that. I don't buy that for 1 minute. I think that they needed to do some sort of damage control. I think somebody's head needed to roll. I think they need to do something to satisfy angry, upset fans. I don't think this is going to help at all because you're still adapting the game that he made in the franchise that he destroyed. And Craig Mazin was more than willing to push a lot of this stupid shit into this game. But here we have it. I've made the difficult decision to step away from my creative involvement in The Last of Us on HBO. With work completed on season 2 and before any meaningful work starts on season 3, now's the right time for me to transition my complete focus to Naughty Dog and its future projects, including writing and directing our exciting next game, Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, along with my responsibilities as studio head and head of creative. What do you think, Jay? You just think it's just the right time for me to
No, I agree with you completely. I think he was like, they brought him in the office and like, gosh, man, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. The whole point in making a show or a video game is for someone to buy the video game and then play it. For people that you make television programs for people to watch, and and obviously people are leaving and not watching, then yeah, someone needs to be held accountable unless you work for Lucasfilm. So that's the only thing. So yeah, they sent him packing. They gave him his notice. And do you think so? Season 3 is supposed to be a continuation of the second game, correct?
Well, by continuation, you mean like it's going to be the second half of that game that we didn't. Yes. It's going to be about Abby's portion that you see in the game,
right? Now, I don't like if he leaves. Does that mean does HBO have creative control? Are they able to pull like switcheroo story or something, maybe to bring people back? You don't think they would do that, right?
Bring people back? Like, what do you mean?
Like go off the story and just do something completely a little different than what like the video game story was? You think they would just change it in hopes that it would bring people back to watch the series?
I don't know what you can do at this point because all the things that really upset people have already happened.
You can bring Joel back.
He's fucking dead. This is not Star Wars.
So is Luke Skywalker and everybody else. They keep bringing these people back, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, not. I mean, potentially they made some changes in this second season. I wouldn't be surprised if they make some changes from the game to this. They were all received very poorly, but no, they're not going to bring Joel back to life. That's not going to happen. Not in this franchise.
Joel's returned. Somehow Joel had a twin brother that looks just like Joel. We'll bring him back. Oh, yeah, here it comes. Jay's an idiot. I know.
Well, he does have a brother, but not a twin brother. Yeah. But yeah, I think there was a lot of animosity. I think that there was probably a lot of tension after the second season was a complete and total flop. And I think that's the reason for this exit. Not because, hey, everything's great, everything's fine, and I just need to focus on this game. I don't think that's it. Something else going on behind the scenes.
I agree.
But nobody's going to miss your gay ass.
This is what he always wanted, though, right? Like he wanted to expand out of video games and become more in the spotlight. This is the same guy that went to a Hollywood premiere and stood there waiting for someone to take a picture of him, and nobody even recognized who he was. So he just was. You remember that? He was just kind of standing there.
Oh yeah, just standing there. Posing, like no one's taking a picture. No one's doing anything. He definitely wants to be like part of the crowd. Part of the.
That's what I'm
crowd.
saying. Like, so it's shocking to me to say that he's exiting to go back to try to finish a video game. That's all.
Yeah, well, and he wrote a couple of these episodes. Haley Gross, also from Naughty Dog, who wrote the game Last of Us Part 2, also wrote some episodes for this. And she's gone as well. So I think there's a lot of tension and friction in that room for HBO. That's what I think. But sayonara, not going to miss you. I can't wait for your next video game about...
that bald-haired lady that's non-binary or something.
Yes. I'm excited for that, dude.
Oh, you talking about falling off, man.
Whole new Naughty Dog revolution, baby.
Fell off, man.
Tobias says, so glad I don't work at a movie theater anymore. Why? Because they're selling
I got fired.
Full popcorn buckets? Bro, Tobias, I would love to work at a movie theater right now. I'd fucking make sure to set one of those aside, put that shit up on eBay. I'd be making some money every time one of these things releases. Come on. That's what I'd be doing. Volt95, ring up Jeremy right now and call him gay. Stayed up late.
Yeah, he ended his stream like an hour ago, but then forgot to hit end, and it was just like at the end screen, it just was on.
Wait, like an hour ago?
Yeah, an hour and a half ago, yeah. He stayed up all night, like waiting for this big, beautiful bill to pass. So
I'm sure if he made money, he was fine with it, but
yeah, it didn't happen. Didn't pass yet.
Cody J. Braun, VA for 199, supporting F1 over superheroes and dinosaurs this time. Shout out, I hear you, man. A lot of people had fun with F1. Me and Jay are going to see, not together, we just happen to both be going today.
You never know. I could sneak in your theater. I'm spying on you.
we're going to see Jurassic today. I'm going like right after the show, actually. I don't know when you're going, but
I have a 3:30 showing.
There you go. Andy plays games for two. Movie theater projectionist was the best job ever. River Miles for 5. Can I Uber Eats Ryan's Magic Spoon cereal from his house so he has no cereal for tomorrow? you pay me enough, maybe, but probably not, dude. So far, I've tried the fruity one, the chocolate one, and the frosted ones, and I like probably the fruity is probably my favorite, to be honest. Reminds me of Fruit Loops, man. And I've not tried the peanut butter one yet, but we'll see. They've got a bunch of flavors.
Send you a whole box, like a whole box of boxes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they wanted to make sure, and I appreciate it when they do that because then I can try them out. Fake Thai dude, nice kitchen there, Ryan. Your best ad to date. It was the biggest pain in the ass because I actually had to get a tripod out and like put my phone on there and film myself, which we're obviously on screen all the time, but I'm not typically in my kitchen, which is a little bit weird. And I had to make sure there wasn't anything like retarded sitting in the background, which I'm sure you guys are going to scan through it. Some freak's going to take a screenshot and zoom in on something. You fucking weirdos out there. But I'm like, I got to wear shoes for this because I don't know if you fucking freaks might see a reflection in this and like zoom in on my foot. I know you freaks live out there. So we got it done. The Argonath. Can't wait for Ryan's ShamWow commercial. It's like a chamois. It's like a towel. It's like a sponge.
Bro,
normal towels get wet. Yeah.
Do the slap chop, man.
The slap chop. Yeah, I love the slap chop, dude. Pretty sure that guy got busted because he tried to rip off a prostitute and she bit him in the tongue or something. It was
some weird story. Him and a hooker in Miami, I think.
Yeah, I think he got bit by her. Andre CR for 5,000. The ad was written, directed, and produced by Ryan Griffin. Maybe.
Let's not bring up that meme at all.
Orangutan. Cheers, lads. Lock it in, Jay.
Trying, man.
Callum Lau for 5. He's also the same guy that said to Alex Garland, he doesn't care how many people lose their jobs. Yeah, the Alex Garland, Neil Druckmann thing was kind of wild.
The guy's just a total piece of trash.
Yeah, I hate him. I mean, he obviously tried to destroy my channel. He tried to false copyright strike my channel, almost got my channel destroyed. So I wish all the worst things in the world for Neil Druckmann. So I thought this was hilarious. But over on the Rumble side, we got a massive $50 super chat. $50 super chat from Unicycle Peon. I should say Rumble Rant, not super chat. Happy 3rd, early 4th of July, fellas. Love Jay and Ryan Hour. Cheers. Thank you, Unicycle Peon. You're awesome, man. Appreciate all the support you're always giving over on the Rumble side. Yeah, the 4th of July. Me and Jay, we'll be wearing some red, white, and blue tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Someone that's not calling me an idiot. Appreciate it. Ooh, man.
There's one.
I saw that super chat that just came in. Oh.
Madney for $5. Nobody cares about your feet, Ryan.
Oh, man. Get that freaking avatar out of that. Was the worst. Oh, that was awful. Did you see the one they did of me as Rosie O'Donnell? God.
I don't know if that one was worse than mine, but
pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. But Jurassic World is set to come out, Jay, and I think that I feel like, although all the reports are about, wow, it's about to blow up at the box office and a record for 4th of July weekend and stuff. When you look at it in the context of this franchise, you have to wonder if they're starting to get a little concerned about the reception, what this could potentially do at the box office in a very, very crowded July. You see headlines like this all over. Jurassic World Rebirth could set major box office record in opening weekend. And of course, that's talking about potentially the 4th of July opening that it's set to have. And you look right now, Jurassic World Rebirth about to get loud with $260 million global opening over Independence Day stretch. Now, a couple things to factor in. Jurassic World Dominion made like $390 million in its global opening weekend. And that wasn't a holiday weekend. That wasn't an extended weekend like we're talking about. That was just kind of the traditional opening, whereas Jurassic World opened yesterday. You know, it opened pretty early. It's going to be on a holiday weekend. And when you look at the 3-day for this, because everybody's talking about the, $120 to $130 million holiday opening, the extended opening, when you're looking at the traditional opening, it's more in the realm of like 80 to 90. And when you do just look at these numbers, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, and then Dominion, both these were 145 million traditional opening day weekend in the United States. Jurassic World Rebirth is not tracking anywhere near that for the traditional opening. So you do have to wonder how this is going to perform when you have Superman dropping right after. Then you have Fantastic Four. It's a crowded July. I still think it's going to make a decent chunk of money. But when you start seeing headlines like this, talking about massive records, about to get loud, and you're kind of failing to say, oh, by the way, it's like 2/3 of what the last movie came out to, which certainly was successful. And we originally thought this budget was 180 million. Turns out it's closer to 225 million. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Jurassic.
This was my movie pick too, man, to rule July. Man, that's
I still think it could. Like numbers like this, I still wouldn't be shocked to see it go on and make $750 million, something like that, which could still be the highest grosser of July, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I guess depending on how the other ones play out. Didn't Scarlett Johansson come out and say, like, I used to be hired for male gaze and now no one will hire me for that anymore? Like something along those lines.
She's talking about not no one will hire me anymore, but she's like, I'm just so glad that I'm getting offered different things. Early in my career, it was all about sexualization and, roles with the male gaze and things like that early in my career. But now we've come so far in the industry, I don't get offered those roles as much anymore. And I'm able to play women that do different things. And it's like, well, one, maybe it's because there's younger people that are getting offered those roles. And I just want to say, for the record, Scarlett Johansson at 40 looks absolutely amazing. Just for the record, I'm not going to pretend like she doesn't. She absolutely does. But it's funny to see how when you start to see these women who made their careers on being sexualized, and that was part of their appeal, that was part of why they were getting the roles. As soon as they start to hit a certain age bracket, they want to pull that ladder up from behind them and talk about, well, we really shouldn't have those roles. All you young actresses that are coming in and getting these jobs.
Yeah, that's good on her. I guess enjoy it. Hey, was she talking about because like in Jurassic Park, I didn't read the article. I saw the headline. I thought it made me chuckle a little bit. And it was just because of she got the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World role. That's not a male gaze kind of role, I guess is what she's saying. So it's definitely a movie made for men. Most men like to go see dinosaurs eating people, to be honest. But
look, she's been talking about this for a few years.
Oh, okay.
And I think we started hearing her talk about it during like when the Black Widow movie was about to come out and stuff like that, and talk about how Hollywood is changing. And here's what she says. The two-time Oscar nominee recently explained that some of the on-screen opportunities she's seen in recent years have represented a different time for young women in the industry, moving away from roles that center on the male gaze. The messaging is different. There's so many more role models, women in invisible power positions, and the opportunities I've had to play women who don't just have to be one thing or another has increased. When I was younger, a lot of the roles I was offered or I went for had their ambitions or character arcs revolving around their own desirability or the male gaze or a male-centered story. That's less frequent, though. Something has shifted.
Yeah, movies suck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it. Like, you guys are making movies that nobody wants to see, saying that there's more opportunity, but nobody wants to go see them. So
it's so funny because, I mean, basically every single male MCU star in the first 3 phases of the MCU. Virtually every single one of them at some point had a shirtless scene, right?
Yeah.
ScarJo, I'm just saying, Black Widow would have done better if you popped the titties out. I think it would have. If you'd have taken your shirt all the way out, I think it would have done better. What do you think, Jay?
I'm pretty confident in that evaluation.
Never know.
Pretty confident.
I know a lot of the conversation has been like, wow, the critics really hate this movie and stuff. To be honest, I don't think we should look at critic score at all when it comes to some of these, because the worst 2 reviewed by the critics made $1.4 billion and $1 billion at the box office, which was Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World Dominion. I also think those were dog shit movies. Just going to be honest. I thought Fallen Kingdom and Dominion were awful. They still made $1 billion. So I don't think that the critics not liking something or like tepid reviews from critics is really going to have too much. It's going to be about how the audience actually feels about the movie. And, you're subbing Scarlett Johansson in there in this lead role that for the last 3 movies, Chris Pratt had the lead role. I think Chris Pratt's very likable. I think a lot of people might show up for Chris Pratt. We'll see if the same happens with this one. We're going to go watch it today, but hope we get a good dumb movie about dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's it.
And I hope the dinosaurs get to eat some people.
That's it. That's all I'm hoping for. Nothing serious.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here.
Just gonna watch some dumb shit. Because that's what the franchise is. It is not Jurassic Park. It just is not. And it really hasn't been ever since the first movie. It is something else. What's your second favorite Jurassic Park / Jurassic World movie?
I really like the third one. The third Jurassic Park film.
I do too.
Where the person lied and that kid survived like on the island, and like they were in a giant bird cage. I thought that was cool, man.
And he steals the raptor egg.
Yeah. I thought
and then he has like
cool.
the 3D printed vocalization of the raptor thing. And somehow that means go over here or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually did like that one too.
I like that third one.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining.
Alan?
Yeah. I like that one.
That's a very like divisive thing, because some people really like The Lost World and some people like 3. But if you like one, you usually hate the other one.
I didn't mind.
I don't like Lost World. The first hour is fine. I hate the last half of that movie.
Is that the first one with Chris Pratt? I like the first Jurassic World with Chris Pratt. They put in a scene in there that's still being talked about today of that babysitter lady that just gets brutally ripped apart. Like, you remember that scene? They're all running in the park. She gets picked up by a pterodactyl. She gets poked around. She gets thrown into the pool, and then the giant shark monster just crushes her. And like every now and then you'll see on social media, someone will post that clip and be like, this is awful what they're doing to women in films. Like, I'm so glad we've moved past this stuff. This wasn't needed in the film. Man, that scene was awesome. And then when you read about the actress, she was like, I requested that. I requested a very brutal ending to my character. Like, don't just pick me up and fly away. Like, make it brutal. That's what I want to be remembered for. I thought that was awesome. So I did like that one. I like the end where they brought back the old T-Rex, to the fight, to the challenge, and he took on the new guy. I kind of like that. I like that ending. And if they had ended it right there, I thought that might have been a cool standalone film. That's the end of it. But they made those 2 more that got weird with like cloning people and everything. And you're like, a little too much. Oh my God, man.
Jay-Z O'Donnell for 2. Jurassic Park 2 is GOAT because of the little black girl. It is wild. Like, I said this the other day. What would the commentary be like today if that came out and randomly Jeff Goldblum's kid is just black? I just feel like it would have been a discussion today. Nobody cared back then, but it is funny when you go back and watch it. But yeah, I don't know if that's his real daughter or not. I don't really understand the thing, but yes. It's been a while since I watched The Lost World. But no, The Lost World is the second movie, the one with Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Right. You went on your tangent about Jurassic World, but The Lost World is Jurassic Park 2.
I didn't mind that one either. They had that really freaky scene with the glass breaking and everything. Like,
that's a phenomenal. That's in the first like hour-ish of the movie.
Yeah.
I like the stuff on the island. It's when they go back to San Diego and you got a dinosaur running through the town and like all that shit. I really despised that part of the movie. And I don't feel like Jeff Goldblum's character in Jurassic Park is lead character material. You know what I mean? I just kind of get sick of him. If that makes sense. Southeastern Kaiju. Jay is my kind of stupid. Hail, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you.
The American man. I'll take a cheeseburger over a hot dog any day of the week, which I'll be grilling for 4th of July. My movie for the past 2 years has been Top Gun Maverick. Hey, that's a good one, actually.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a good one. I say cheeseburger, hot dog. Why choose? Have both.
Both.
You're firing the grill up, man. John Papa Sergio. Hey, guys. Been a while. Started a new job, so I'm not around much. I watched Jurassic World Rebirth last night and found it boring.
Well,
thanks for getting us so excited to watch it, John.
I know.
But no, good to have you back, John. The smart review. I'll still drink Scarlett's bathwater. Eddie Brock for $5.99. Jurassic World Regurgitation's a terrible Pokemon episode where the cast gets DNA from water, earth, and air dinos. Villain's obvious from the trailer. Well, we'll go see it. Shlomi Liner for $5. At this point, I'm looking forward to Supergirl more than Superman since James Gunn's not the one writing it or having anything involved with it. We've seen a lot of James Gunn, Jay. We have seen a lot of James Gunn when it comes to the promotion for Superman. He's at basically every one of these big interviews. I think I've heard more stuff from him than from Superman himself at this point with all the interviews and things. Not that we haven't seen David Cornsweet. We have. We had a big extended interview that he sat down for as well. But it's been heavy on the James Gunn. And there's a lot of attention on this entire thing for obvious reasons. Right? It's Superman, a character that's been around almost a century, a character that there's always so many eyes on, and everybody has their feeling of what the iteration that you should see on screen, and does that match up, and is it good? Well, as we're approaching the release of Superman, which comes out next week, obviously we've seen some things in the media, we've seen some things on social media, we've seen some backlash from time to time. I didn't think I was going to be seeing this headline. And I know this got talked about a little bit yesterday, but we have to talk about it today because there's more to the story. Netizens call for Superman boycott. James Gunn's racist India comments under fire ahead of DC revival.
Ooh, he upset the Indians.
Did you see this? This is hilarious. Listen to this. So in the interview, he's getting talked to about Superman and the idea of Superman responding to online criticism in the movie and how that connects to James Gunn's reality, because, of course, James Gunn has to put himself into it. And James Gunn says there's some people that he just shouldn't really care what they think.
And obviously, you're active online. We've seen what you've had to deal with.
That's right. A couple little things
here and there. Was any of that infusing in here cathartic for you, or why did you want to incorporate Superman's responses that he has towards online criticism?
Well, obviously I relate, obviously I relate to that. I do tune out most of social media, but every once in a while there'll be somebody who will say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Some weird thing. And I go, God, that guy, I'm going to, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, let it go.
So James Gunn basically says, look, I argue with these people all the time. And then I realize, well, it's just some 12-year-old Indian kid. Why should I give a shit about what he says? Now, I hear that and I kind of chuckle. To me, that I'm not a huge fan of James Gunn, obviously, but to me, what he's saying is, I'm arguing with some kid halfway around the world. I'm getting mad over something. I'm wasting my time on halfway around the world. Or maybe he's saying a bot in India. Maybe he's making another thing. However, when you're promoting a movie to the entire world, when you're promoting a movie and you've decided to make it about a global Superman, who always was, but he still represented the American way. But you removed that. You wanted to be the human way, so you could appeal to everybody in the world. And then you basically say, yeah, I'm arguing with some 12-year-old. Why do I care what a 12-year-old Indian fuck has to say about Superman? Why should I care? And he got blasted, dude.
So that's a racist comment?
Yes, there's comments everywhere calling him a racist. They're saying, wow, James Gunn, showing his true colors. A racist. Like, a lot of attention to this over the past 48 hours. I don't think it's a racist comment. I just think it's an offhand comment. I think it's a joke to call what he said racist. Nevertheless, I think James Gunn felt like he needed to do a little bit of damage control, Jay. Because,
of course,
about a day after this completely blew up and it was getting a lot of attention, all of a sudden, James Gunn appears on an Indian YouTube channel. And I'm just going to play the first like 20, 25 seconds, and then we're going to play another little clip from this. Apparently, James Gunn loves India. I don't know if you know this, Jay. He loves India. He loves Indian films. He loves Indian fans. He loves India, just so you know.
How much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone.
Bollywood films. I mean, I feel like we drew inspiration from the color and the movement.
You know, Bollywood films and Eastern cinema in general is the most important thing to me. So that's really where I take my inspiration for Superman, is from Bollywood movies.
Of course.
Here's another extended clip of him glazing Indians.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I am incredibly grateful for the Indian fans. And I talk to you guys all the time online. And there's so many of you, obviously, and so many fans.
Yeah, there's obviously so many. All you dumb 12-year-old Indians up in my comments. I don't give a shit about what you say. There's so many of you.
As a Superman who loves Superman, and he means so much to them. And that isn't lost on me when I'm making this movie about how much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone. He cares. Yeah.
Bro, the damage, the story is funny as fuck to me.
Yeah, that is like crazy.
It's not a racist comment. Get out of here with that. I don't care about that.
Bollywood.
but now to go so, bro, to go so overboard, to now be like, oh, by the way, everything about Superman was inspired by Bollywood films. Yeah. That's where I take my inspiration from Superman. I love the Indians so much. Like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
I wonder how many times he's gonna say that till the backlash is over. Like, is that what they're gonna say? I wonder how many Bollywood films he could name. Where he got the okay, I got it, Ryan. Hold on. I got it right here. All right. I hope this doesn't get claimed, but I found the inspiration from Bollywood for James Gunn's Superman. Look at that. Right there, man. Look at that. That's what's going on here. Now we know what's going to be in the film. Man, just one quick Google search and off. Look, he sends that guy in a helicopter spin with his strength. I love it. What? Oh, Spider-Man is in the film. What the freak, man?
What is Spider-Man? What is Spider-Woman doing?
They doing a dance-off, bro. It's a dance-off, man. Just that like actually, in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that actually could he could be telling the truth. Better stop playing it though. We might get claimed. Who knows?
I know. That's why I didn't play the music, because it's pretty funny.
But the comment's a nothing burger. But it is.
Yes.
It's a dumb thing to say offhand. Look, I make offhand comments all the time that are completely out of pocket and over the line or whatever. But I'm not promoting a $300 million movie with a $200 million marketing budget to the entire world, right? I think it's a dumb thing to say to get caught up in. It's way overblown, the reaction to it, but this is where we are. And this is what happens when James Gunn not only decides that he is going to be front and center for this entire marketing campaign, and he fights with a bunch of fans. He's fought for fans for years. He's argued with them. He's shit on them, stuff like that on Instagram, on Threads, on Twitter, everywhere. And now he says something like this right before the movie's supposed to release.
Yep. You're not the only one calling out damage control. I see other people are saying the same thing. So seeing the same thing. So he obviously watches what's going on online all the time. You know, obviously, like, still make sure that he's being praised online, I guess. So kind of wild.
Just a little bit. But James Gunn, I don't know if you heard, but he loves India. He loves Bollywood. That's what Superman is all about.
Can't wait. I hope he took inspiration from the film that we just shown, because that would make the perfect Superman film. But Ryan, before we get into super chats, let's have a feel-good Disney story, right? Are you ready for one? They're very rare. This happened a couple days ago. From the Disney cruise lines, from their entertainment division, I guess you'd say. A young girl reportedly fell from the Disney Dream on Sunday, prompting her father to jump in after her. Crew members quickly rescued them from the ocean and safely returned them to the ship within minutes, according from a statement from the Disney Cruise Line. And just, I think a day or two after that, we got video, like somebody recorded, you know, that his daughter fell overboard. He immediately jumps in and they go, like, then they send the boats to go after them to rescue them. Like, what a scary, crazy situation, because usually people that fall overboard are never heard of or seen from again. Especially, like, what if this had happened at night or something like that? And cheers to the dad, man, to being the real life superhero, like jumping in without hesitation to save his child. You know,
Yeah,
it's pretty
that
awesome.
is a horror situation and a just constant fear for any parent. Like when you're doing something like that, the idea of what would you do, what would happen, you know, and could have been absolutely tragic. And instead is obviously this really cool story of a dad saving his child, but you are not that far removed from what could have potentially been absolutely horrific. And so I'm glad that they're safe. I'm glad that they're fine, but you wonder what exactly happened, what led up to this, how did this happen, blah, 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 all of these things. I don't know why that part's blurred out, because the next part's not going to be blurred out.
It's weird. I don't know, but there they are. There's a dad and his daughter, and they go back to the ship, and I guess they just continue their cruise. They get checked out. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's good. Probably an investigation, like you said, as to what happened. How did this child get overboard? And they were able to remain. Like, there they are.
Yeah, very, very lucky that it turns out to be something remarkable that we're talking about instead of tragic. Yeah. But yeah, after that, are you kidding me? I'm taking advantage of that. All you can eat, all you can drink, all of that stuff. I'm sending, make sure my kid's okay. Hey, go to your room.
Yeah.
Hang out with your mom for a while. I am going to go get messed up. That's maybe what I would do.
Pretty awesome. It's nice to have a good, happy story. Happy ending anyway. So
maybe there's something nefarious going on. Maybe one of the characters
scared him.
Scared the girl. Maybe one of the characters is actually like a serial killer and they threw her overboard. There could be some stuff like that. Or maybe the Disney cruise was so bad the little girl was like, I've had enough. It's a possibility. Possibility, you never know.
Good on you, Dad. Good on you.
Yeah, awesome dad there. Vlad the man for 199. Hello. Cup noodle with a glass of water. JJ.
Thank you. I don't know.
Eddie Brock, you'll cringe at the Snickers bar rapper playing a role at the start. The Xenomorph Rex appears at the start and doesn't appear. Well, all right, thanks. We're about to watch the fucking movie, Eddie. So thank you for the spoilers. Jay-Z O'Donnell for 2. Jurassic Park 2 is GOAT because I said that one. Taker, the pterodactyl cage scene from Jurassic Park 3 was actually in the first book. There was also a juvenile T-Rex in the first book. And I think like the scene from a lot of scenes throughout a lot of these movies have been pulled from elements of the books. Like I think a lot of the stuff from Lost World in that first hour is from the book as well. It's been a really long time since I read it, though. Hickory Chip for $2 on Rumble. Red, White, and Pooh for Jay. And then Switzerland Play It for $1 says, but you're a likable idiot, Jay.
For most people, I think.
Eddie Brock says ScarJo's character has no personality whatsoever.
Maybe that makes the movie better, huh?
I'm interested in what she's wearing. Tobias for $10. Lost World has the biggest plot hole in all the Jurassic Park movies. How the hell did a T-Rex kill an entire boat crew and dock it safely while still locked up in the ship's hold? That's just ignored entirely. I hate the second hour. There's some cool stuff, though, like the models they used and everything. But Alex McCarthy for 2. Lost World is my second favorite. Grizzly Nightmare. Which do you prefer, a propane or charcoal grill? If someone else is cooking and I'm over, charcoal. If I'm cooking, propane all day, every day, and it's not even an argument. I don't like the hassle of fucking charcoal.
I have a charcoal because I got one of those $20 grills from Target or Walmart. So I've got to buy like a giant jumbo gallon of, flame. The liquid you dump on the charcoal and hopes to God that it stays lit long enough to cook everything. So lighter fluid. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, if I'm going over somewhere, I love it if they're doing charcoal because I think it tastes better. I like it, but it is a pain in the ass. And so for me, propane.
Yeah.
Anima Chains. I enjoyed Lost World. Jurassic 3 was horrible. That's just my opinion. Keep it real, my riggers. Thanks, Anima Chains. Lord Slosh for 5. Love the first 3 Jurassic Parks. Saw Lost World and 3 in theaters. But I've always mentioned that some ate better than others, while one is greater than all the rest. Or some are better than others, while one is greater than all the rest. Thank you, Lord Slosh. Shlomi Liner, what are some Supergirl comments you recommend? I read and just started Peter David's run. I haven't read very much Supergirl in general. That was never a big one for me. So I don't know if I could really recommend too many of them. Haven't been a big Supergirl guy throughout my life. Young Sykes for 5. Jay, the scene was hilarious to me when I saw that part in theaters. I told my ex, yo, that lady's having the worst damn day ever. What a way to go out.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine having that?
When that pterodactyl thing got fucking chewed up too, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's just like she's supposed to be watching the kids. No one's listening to her. She's frustrated and angry, and she's like trying to be on her phone. And then pterodactyl starts ripping her apart.
Speaking of Supergirl, isn't that the actress who plays Lena Luthor in the Supergirl television show? Isn't she the actress that played the person who was watching the kids?
I don't know. Might be. That was that's probably one of the most brutal death scenes in all of Jurassic Park.
It was great. And everyone says yes. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
She gets asked about it all the time, and she always like, I love it. Like she's not one of those like, looking back at it as a woman, I feel she never says any of that, which I appreciate. Let's hope she continues.
I seen Jurassic Rebirth a few weeks ago. It was okay, says Rudy. A few weeks ago, you got one of those really early screenings then. You're special. You're special. Eddie Brock, inventor of mewing, John Mew, dead at 96. R.I.P. R.I.P. 96 is a long life. That's a long life. So R.I.P. I can only hope to not have to live that long. I'm totally with Gary on this. We'll see Gunn have a cameo in this movie. Really? James Gunn might have a cameo in the movie? Gary says that? I hope not. John Papa Sergio. Gunn loves Bollywood. Suddenly the dance-off in Guardians makes sense. Apparently. The American Man for 5. I hate Jurassic Park 2 and 3, especially 3. When they killed the T-Rex off, it lost me completely until Jurassic World made up for it in the last 10 minutes. Epic. Young Sykes, James Gunn needs to stop talking so much. Mikey Gusler for 20. Superman will be the biggest flop of the year. I don't think it's possibly the biggest flop of the year when we already had Snow White. But it might be the biggest comic, depending. It could be the biggest comic book flop potential. Also, Brave New World also cost almost $400 million. So maybe I think it's going to make more than Brave New World. I don't see any way that it makes less than $400,000 or $400 million. But Mikey for 20 says Superman would be the biggest flop of the year. $364 million budget, plus pre-sale tickets are slowing down in the U.S. Low ticket sales internationally. The film will lose traction after the first week. The leaks are true. It's performing extraordinarily poorly in pre-sales in China. Shockingly bad. Now, those can vary based on how many theaters are specifically open up at any one given time. So it's not as easy to track those as it is like one-to-one for ticket sales here. But you're not wrong, Mikey, when it comes to some of the places out there. Tobias for 5. We've had some Bollywood films when I was an usher. They were insane. They had some insane stunts and music, but I couldn't name one or pronounce any. I know one Indian film. It's called RRR. It's not about pirates, Jay.
I watched it twice.
RP Gamer, member for a month. Shout out RP Gamer. And to the Raven and Writing Desk for member for 18 months. There you go. Bastion for 5. The dad put her on a railing to take a picture and she fell off. Is that really what happened?
Oh, really?
Bro, no wonder dad fucking went in there so quick. He knew he was going to get killed if he didn't come back. Mom was going to kill him. But wow, that's stupid. Mega YouTube for 5. Gunn wasn't doing damage control. That interview is almost 2 weeks old before he said that. Usually fact check these things, Ryan. You're saying it's over 2 weeks old? Maybe, but look, one came out 3 days before, the next one came out then. It just seems puzzling that would happen. But I didn't see anywhere in the video, because I pulled up the original video and watched it. I didn't see anywhere where it said we conducted this 2 weeks ago. But maybe. Your Barmy, a tranny chased her off. Maximus for 199. Shiitake.
That's my favorite super chat. My favorite
CB
super chat.
The Legend for 199. Starting to think F1 wins July box office.
It might. It might.
Or sorry, Fantastic Four, not F1. Possibly. Look, it has the advantage of being the last one. You know, like the last one with not too much coming out immediately after. But who knows? Wild Man for 2. Looking good today, Ryan. Thanks, Wild Man. PS1 Hagrid. Cody J. Braun for 5. I heard from a friend some guy's going to tape images of Gunn's past jokes and parties. Houston Husterson on his Superman poster to drive folks away. I don't think anybody needs to be doing that. Like, I think that's ridiculous. If the movie's good, it's good. It's not, it's not. Infamous. Happy belated Bobby Bonilla Day. Yeah, July 1st. Bobby Bonilla
that's right.
Day. Still paying.
Shout out to Bobby Bonilla, who gave the Florida Marlins a win over, was it the Yankees in the World Series?
Ryan is right for 5. Ryan gets his all-you-can-eat buffet, and I get saved from drowning by Ryan. 2 dreams come true. You in, Ryan? I don't know who you are, though. You're just me in a Burger King outfit. It's McDoubles for $20. Hope you guys have a good and safe 4th of July. Well, thanks,
Thank you.
McDoubles. Thanks, McDoubles. I kind of hate McDoubles. Not this person, but just in general, because the double cheeseburger, just one more piece of cheese on there, but somehow that just makes a difference.
Huge difference.
VJ, the vigilant guitarist, think Gunn is sabotaging Superman so it flops so he doesn't have to use him going forward? No. Of all the possible things and why all this is happening, that is the least likely and not the case. Aldo's journal. Girl wasn't on the railing. That story was debunked.
Really?
Don't know.
I guess we'll find out eventually when they come back from their cruise.
Mikey Gussler for 5. Jay, will Gina Carano come back to Columbus Comic-Con this year?
No. No, she's taking some time off, and I don't know when. Honestly, I don't know when she's going to be back on the con trail. But hopefully we'll have a nice announcement from her before the end of the year.
There you go.
That's all I got.
Thank you, Mikey. And with that, Jay, we covered Jurassic World. We covered Superman. We covered Last of Us. We even talked about a dad saving his little girl. And
we packed a lot in that hour, and we got to see Ryan eat cereal.
We did.
The American way. Not
yes,
the Ryan
I
way.
decided to do it the normal way. You know, wanted to conform because it would have looked really weird if I had dry cereal, spooning it up, and then taking a sip of milk. But
well, it's going to be cool. Tomorrow, me and you could spoil Jurassic World as we watch it today. In my American flag shirt or something. We'll be full of surprises tomorrow. You never know.
I'll wear something patriotic.
Yeah.
You got anything going on today?
That's it. I'm going to the movies, and I'm going to keep making these Transformer comic videos that people seem to love. I've stopped the subscriber bleeding. It's starting to go into the positive again. Nice. So look at that. I might have hit a small algorithm.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah. Nice.
Mikey for $5 says, I've heard and seen people in the chat say, while what Mikey is saying is true, he's rooting for its failure. To that I say, you are all correct. Yes, we know, Mike. We know you want it to fail, Mikey. No doubt.
No doubt.
I do not think it's going to be the biggest flop of the year, though, from a pure money standpoint. Because, like, Rachel Zegler's Snow White, we're all forgetting that came out. That is going to be the biggest, in terms of money lost, the biggest one of the year. Bobby B was on the 97 World Series versus the Indians.
Okay. It was the Indians. That's what it was. Thank you for correcting me. He hit that home run. Gosh, he hit that home run, and that it like changed that game. I'm forever grateful.
Prophet JD for 14. Gunn's PP is shorter than mine. I won't ask how you know. Wild Man, butter dishes win. I don't know what that
means. I have a
G&G
butter dish. I have one already.
I don't know what that means, Wild Man. But all right. That is going to do it for us. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate it on Locals, over on Rumble, and, of course, here on YouTube. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.